Let's examine what else Candace revealed in that exchange, because the mask slipped completely.
The data that we can look at that I think shows, and you can let me know if you agree with this, if women, and under the imagination of the feminist umbrella, were really unhappy when they were in the home, and then entering the workforce has made women happier and infinitely feeling more secure about themselves, we could, I think, reasonably expect that there would have been a decrease in suicide rates amongst women.
Candace reaches for the nuclear option, suicide statistics.
We could, I think, reasonably expect that there would have been a decrease in suicide rates.
But watch how Zena handles this.
You would have to go ahead and show how that correlation, right, is going to be a direct cause of women going into the workforce.
Okay.
Clean. One sentence. She's not taking the bait about whether rates have increased. She's simply asking, where's the causal link? And just like Zena, we're going to simply grant Candace's premise here to emphasize that she needs to show the correlation.
Okay, well, how can we, let's measure, then you have to give me a way that we can measure happiness. How can we measure happiness? So I would say suicide rates would be a good thing to look at. Drug, alcohol consumption would be a good thing
right? But we would
have.
Notice the further deflections. Zena asked for causation between workforce participation and suicide.
Show how that correlation, right, is going to be a direct cause.
Candace responds by asking how to measure happiness, a completely different question.
Then you have to give me a way that we can measure happiness.
Then she throws in more correlations.
Drug, alcohol consumption would be a good thing
right? But we would have.
This is spectacular. When asked to prove that A causes B, she responds by adding C and D into the mix. She's not establishing causation. She's just piling on more correlations, hoping the quantity will somehow transform into quality. But correlation stacking doesn't create causation. To name the fallacy, these are instances of false cause, when someone assumes that correlation between things means that one caused the other. It's like arguing that smartphone sales cause depression because both have increased since 2007, or that firefighters cause fire damage because they're always at fire scenes. You have to actually do the work of demonstrating that one thing directly caused the other, not just list more things that are happening simultaneously. And Zena won't let her off the hook.
But we can't say, oh, these two things are happening at the same time, this caused this other thing.
Zena hammers home the false cause fallacy, and watch what happens next. Candace actually admits that she's right, but then immediately tries to make a correlation equals causation argument anyway.
That's right, but I do think that we can objectively say that women who are committing suicide rates more than they were in the 1950s, like it has actually increased marginally.
Yes, that's right, she says, admitting that correlation doesn't equal causation, but then immediately tries to imply causation anyway. She can't help herself. But Zena isn't biting. She's not getting distracted with debates about historical suicide rates or the 1950s, and again, neither will we. She stays laser focused on the fundamental question.
How is it a cause of the workforce?
We're also binge drinking at a higher rate.
How's this cause of
opioids at a higher rate?
How is this a cause of entering the
Because
workforce?
I think women are being put on a pathway aspirationally.
But you're going to have to. You're saying you think this, right? But where's the cause? Like you're not substantiating the claim. You're saying this is what I think. I'm seeing two.
And there it is, the complete breakdown. Candace can't answer the simple question, how is workforce participation causing these issues? She throws out more correlations, binge drinking, but she can't establish the causation.
We're also binge drinking at a higher rate.
She retreats to, I think women are being put on a pathway.
I think women are being put on a pathway aspirationally.
Pure speculation with no evidence. Zena's final point is devastating. You're saying you think this, right? But where is the cause?
You're saying you think this, right? But where's the cause?
After all the confident assertions, all the sweeping claims about devaluation and unhappiness, Candace is reduced to admitting that it's just what she thinks.
You're saying, this is what I think. I'm seeing two.
Okay, pause. You've been voted out by the majority. Please return to your seat.
Thank you so much.
And that's how it ends. Not with a bang, but with Candace unable to establish basic causation for her thesis, saved by the bell. And honestly, what an unfortunate end. Candace was spiraling, and if they had allowed Zena to keep up the pressure, it would have become unbearably humiliating for Candace.
Complete fraud.
The relationship between societal changes and mental health is incredibly complex, but for this conversation, what matters is that Candace started with the bold claim that the sexual revolution devalued women and made them infinitely less happy.
The sexual revolution has devalued women and made them infinitely less happy.
And ended unable to provide even causal evidence for either assertion.
You're saying you think this, right? But where's where's the cause?
She confused correlation with causation so badly that even she had to admit that she was just sharing what she thinks.
I think women are being put on a pathway.
All because one person kept calmly asking, can you clarify what you mean? And where's your evidence?
You're saying you think this, right? But where's the cause?
That is the power of good philosophy. Sometimes you don't need to destroy someone's argument. Sometimes you just need to make them explain it clearly. And sometimes that's enough. But Zena's performance here wasn't just entertaining, it was instructive. She demonstrates some devastatingly effective conversational techniques that anyone can use when confronted with these sweeping provocative claims. When they present a dubious premise, like suicide rates have increased,
we could, I think, reasonably expect that there would have been a decrease in suicide rates.
Don't immediately get bogged down arguing whether that premise is true. See if you can just grant it and emphasize that they still need to do the work to reach their conclusion.
You would have to go ahead and show how that correlation, right, is going to be a direct cause.
What Zena exposed so brilliantly is that even if we accept all of Candace's statistics, she's still missing the logical connection.
You're saying you think this, right? But where's the cause?
She has correlation, but no causation. She has data points, but no argument.